Hello YouTube, this is Mark Hill, the traveling NP, on my lunch break. I'm just dive right into this. The topic I wanted to discuss today is living arrangements and what I do and what I've learned through living in an RV and traveling in an RV. I see a lot of discussions about this on Facebook. When I started out in this, I bought a 42-foot long fifth wheel trailer and a pickup truck that I knew I was going to be using for this particular part of my life. And so it was a purpose purchase. And I have done taking the living arrangements with locums assignments, and I found that I just really didn't like it. And I also found that I could make a little money, extra money, in traveling in a RV with the stipends. Now, typically what I do if I go to an assignment that does not provide in-hospital housing. Now, a lot of what I do is critical access emergency rooms, to where they provide in-hospital housing because I have to be in the hospital 24 hours a day. Or, you know, 10 to 20 minutes from the hospital, no matter where I'm at. If I do not have that type of job, I negotiate a living stipend and a travel stipend for gas reimbursement. And that can be any, I won't go into the numbers, but it could be any types of numbers, and it typically is about 52 to 54 cents a mile on your traveling. And typically the stipend more than pays for your lot fees when you're setting up at a campsite, or, you know, an RV park or whatever. And sometimes you can find some really cheap deals depending on where you're working, and you can end up making out pretty good. And that's tax-free money. When I initially got into this, I was taking the living arrangements, and living arrangements for locums positions can be kind of sketchy, especially when you're first starting into it. And, you know, a lot of these travel companies will try to stick you with places that are not great. I have been placed in some real dumps before, but sometimes that's a necessity. If I'm working out in these real rural areas, they don't have a whole lot in respects of hotels that are decent, things like that. So, yeah, I've been in some real dumps, a place that you wouldn't want your mother to stay in by herself, if you know what I mean. Some sketchy characters hanging around. You know, places where the nightly rate is, you know, $25 to $35 a night. So you can imagine the kind of accommodations that affords. Yeah, it's not pretty, and but sometimes you don't have a choice if you're taking the living arrangements for certain areas. Now, I have also taken assignments where I took the living and it was put up in a very nice hotel, great accommodations. Now, one thing I have not done, since I have not done a whole lot of longer term assignments, I have not done the furnished apartment deal. And I won't, of course, because I have my own RV. So what I do is I travel all over the northwest, and I pull my big RV with me, and my family, my wife, my son who homeschools, and a 180-pound Great Dane and a 10-pound Rat Terrier all travel together. And we enjoy it. you know, by the time I have a note on my trailer. It's $598 a month, and then I have a $600 truck note. It comes out to be about $1,200 a month, but I'd have a truck note anyway, usually, so I don't really count that. And when I'm traveling, I can take my trailer note off on my taxes, because that is unless I'm getting stipend. Now, if I'm getting a living stipend, I can't take it off on my taxes. But if I'm not, I can take the cost of my trailer. So you kind of have to work it out and break it down for tax purposes. And then fuel, of course. You know, if I have taken assignments where I was an all-inclusive assignment and they didn't pay for the fuel either, so I was able to write all that off of my taxes. So we enjoy the RV life, and a lot of it is just having your own stuff in your own place, sleeping on your own mattress. You know, we upgraded the RV mattresses to, you know, nice memory foam mattresses. We have a bunk room for my son, and the dogs can all sleep in the bunk room. And for us, it's a really nice way to go. And you're only living in about 480, 500 square feet when you're doing that. But for us, we have not felt cramped. We like to spend a lot of time together anyway, and you know, even with the big dog inside, you know, you're always just a couple steps from the door, and if you need some space, you can go outside and be in the big wide world. Of course, it has the awning that stretches out, and you set out, and you know, we like to cook outside. I have a portable grill, and you know, we really enjoy it. Like right now, we're set up on an RV park that is associated with a golf course, and my wife works 2 half days a week at the pro shop to pay for our lot fees. So we're leaving there for free. And that way she gets out and has something to do, and you know, and got to know everybody. And so all the little work campers around there, which are, most of them are retired, you know, people who travel around and work camp. She's gotten to know them. They've gotten real close with her, and so she's really enjoyed that aspect of it. But I live on the lot for free because she's able to do that. So that saves me anywhere from $500 to $700 a month. In this case, it's about $500 a month. Plus, we can eat at the restaurant for about half the normal price because she's an employee there. And there's a lot of perks to it. We get to do a lot of stuff. We can use all the facilities pretty much for free. We have a golf cart that we are able to use 24/7. So a lot of perks to work camping. Plus, you save money. So if you've got somebody traveling with you and they're not working, usually there's not a lot of time involved in work camping to get your lot fee for free. So we've really taken advantage of that. And basically, we have no overhead when it comes to electricity or lot fee or anything right now. Now in the future, after it warms up north, we're going to go home for Christmas, and I'll fly out to my work destinations starting in the end of December, and then starting January through probably till, depends on how warm it gets. Around April or so, we'll start heading back up north. And this year we're going to try something a little bit different. Instead of going to all our destinations, since I'm just going to be doing short-term critical access stuff, we're going to set up in kind of a centralized area, and I'll drive. Most of my assignments are going to be weekend assignments, usually consist of 3 or 4, sometimes 5 24-hour shifts in a row where I'm in the hospital the entire time, and usually I'm the only provider in the hospital, and so you're required to be pretty much right there. And then when I'm off for a week or so, and then drive back and be with my family wherever they are set up. And we try to get, I'm credentialed with several different critical access hospitals between Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota, and Montana. So what we try to kind of do is next year we're going to set up in southern North Dakota, fairly close to the South Dakota border. That's going to put me within 4 or 5 hours driving distance of all the places that I work, so that I can charge them mileage and make a little money that way. But since they all provide an in-house living spot, I won't be able to charge any of these people a living stipend. But the mileage by itself usually pays in the long run for the lot fees. So yeah, that's the plan for this spring. Also, I have been contacted by a representative that I work for, and they are really interested in me going and staffing on the Keystone XL pipeline. So after we are up here for a little while, they're thinking that the Keystone XL pipeline is going to get cranked up starting in Montana, possibly at the end of the summer. If that's the case, it's going to be about a 24-month contract with the Keystone XL pipeline, and I have told them that I am all in for that job. And that job is going to be a very lucrative 24-month job where I will be traveling and moving with a mobile, what they call a mobile clinic, and moving with the pipeline workers, the welders and all those people, pipe fitters, and seeing to their individual health care, and then also dealing with emergencies. And so that is something that's either going to be coming in at the end of the summer or early in the spring of 2019, and one of those two start dates. So we're pretty stoked about that, and that's another option that you can explore too, is locums with industrial providers, things like that, pipeline work. This pipeline contract, they're telling me now that the hourly rate is going to be somewhere between $100 and $135 an hour, with a minimum of 60 to 72 hours a week. Now, you're going to be working a lot of long, hard hours. You're going to have some on-call time, and you're going to be in a man camp, which, if you know anything about a man camp, you know anything about hardened pipeline guys, which I do, it's not necessarily going to be a fun place, and it's not for the lighthearted. But that's one advantage with the RV, is I'll be able to move, I'll be very mobile, and they'll also pay me a living stipend with that contract. So, you know, it's going to be a lucrative situation, and we're looking forward to it. So consider an RV when you're traveling. It can be a source of income, but it's certainly a source of higher living quality and comfort. You're in your own bed, you got all your own stuff. All you have to do is hook up and take off and set up at the next place. We've enjoyed it. We will continue to enjoy it, and I don't ever intend on taking the living arrangements on any assignments at this point. RV, as far as I'm concerned, is a way to go. RV lifestyle, RV travel, RV locums. Thanks a lot. This is Mark Hill, the Traveling NP. Until next time, have a good day.